Thanks for joining us, or this scary story. Written by Patricia Dunbar for Sable6publishing. Grab your popcorn and drinks and cuddle up with a good blanket.
Whispers of Albion, the ghost camp. In the heart of Albion, where autumn's brisk breath distorted the trees into twisted silhouettes, lay a ghost camp, once vibrant and alive with laughter. Now, it stood forgotten, shrouded in the mist of past secrets and buried memories. The camp, once a haven for unsuspecting children, had become an eerie relic, echoing the joy and sorrow of long-lost summer days. As the last vestiges of light dipped below the jagged horizon, the camp, known as Timberwood Ridge, came alive. The wind howled through the thick canopy of oak trees, and the old cabins creaked as if awake from a long slumber. Yet, what haunted the grounds were not the benign ghosts of childhood innocence, but specters intertwined with sorrow and regret, ghosts that served as painful reminders of those who had walked the fine line between endearment and possession. In a nearby village, tales of the ghost camp passed like whispers through the wind. Children spoke in hushed tones about the laughter that could still be heard if one squinted their ears just right. Adults, however, avoided the topic altogether, for they knew the true story. The camp's history included a darkness that hovered just beneath the surface. Decades ago, Timberwood Ridge had welcomed hapless children eager for adventure. What began as a summer filled with bonfire tales and canoe races soon twisted into manipulation and coercion. When parents weren't looking, older boys had taken the younger under their wings, promising protection but delivering instead a suffocating hold. Camp leaders, too consumed by the allure of power, turned a blind eye as the spirit of camaraderie morphed into something sinister. The ghost of childhood joy had been stripped away, leaving behind memories tainted by children who had once held others against their will. The camp was eventually forced to shut down after a single summer that decayed into madness. Disappearances were whispered about, but nothing ever came to light, aside from the hints of ghastly events intertwined with the disappearing laughter. Before long, Timberwood Ridge faded into obscurity, the forest reclaiming the land, its secrets buried beneath wild vines and fallen leaves. That was until a curious girl named Ilara stumbled upon its gates. A keen sense of adventure danced within her veins. With her flashlight flickering, casting playful shadows on the fallen wooden boards, she pushed open the rusty gate, its loud creak resonating through the twilight. Ignoring the chills that danced along her spine, she stepped in, the crisp leaves crunching beneath her sneakers. The air was thick with the weight of memory. Ilara explored the camp, entranced by fading murals on cabin walls illuminated by her flashlight. They depicted children dancing around a fire, their faces beaming with joy. But as her light fell over the images, she could almost swear she saw something else in the ethereal strokes, a lurking darkness, the shadows of their past selves. As she wandered deeper into the heart of the ghost camp, familiar sounds began to echo around her. Giggles from unseen children, the crackle of a distant campfire, and not far behind, a soft, mournful whistle that tugged at the edges of her consciousness. She turned around, the hair on the back of her neck rising. A flicker of movement caught her eye. Was it merely a trick of the light, or were shadows truly dancing along the side of the cabins, flickering in and out of existence? Compelled by the sounds, Ilara followed, and beside an old bonfire pit, she found a small group of children seated in a circle. Their faces were translucent, glowing with a faint luminescence as they played charades, joy evident in their expressions. Yet, beneath their joy lay a palpable sadness, a yearning for the life so cruelly taken from them. "Stay and play with us," one of them exclaimed, a girl with hair like spun silver and eyes shining with untold stories. "We just want to be happy again." Ilara hesitated, aware that the laughter that surrounded her was laced with sorrow. A chill swept through her as glimpses of their past flickered before her eyes, moments of innocence, twisted by the hands of those once trusted. It became evident that these spirits were caught in their own loop of joy and grief, forever yearning for a childhood stolen and the retribution they could never achieve. Gathering her courage, Elara stepped forward, her voice resolute. "You can't stay here. Not forever. You deserve to be free." The children exchanged glances, uncertainty clouding their playful tones. Slowly, she began to share her own stories, tales of happiness and kindness, the warmth of friendship that had existed in her own life. The spirits listened, their glowing faces brightening at the notion of a life filled with compassion. In that moment, one by one, they began to fade, smiles radiating a sense of relief. "Thank you," whispered the silver-haired girl as her laughter mixed with the wind, finally dissipating into the starlit sky. As the last echoes of their mirth drifted away, the camp grew still once more. Elara remained, the weight of the past heavy on her heart, but now lightened by the release of those trapped in their own memories. Timberwood Ridge was still a ghost camp, but it was now a place of healing. With dawn's light breaking through the trees, illuminating the old fire pit and moonlit cabins, Elara left the ghost camp behind, forever a guardian of its stories, a bearer of its secrets, determining that the cycle of sorrow would not continue. She had come to play, but left with a promise to honor those lost, ensuring their laughter would never again trap anyone in its web of sorrow. And as she walked away, Timberwood Ridge finally began to breathe anew, its ghosts set free to run among the clouds, borrowed from this world, but cherished in the hearts who remained.